Hi, I'm Joe Theismann, world champion quarterback and entrepreneur, and I have the opportunity to spend a little time here with Mike Stromsoe. And Mike, you have a concept that you present to people. The unstoppable profit producer is what you call your program.
Yes, I do, Joe.
How did you come up with that title?
Well, you know, I've been so fortunate to be in the industry that I focus on primarily for almost 30 years. And about 10 to 15 years ago, I started helping people. People started asking me questions on how I do what I do, how I create such a successful business, and I would help them. And I would help them in lots of different ways. And when I would send them an email, because email was new at that point,
right,
at the end I would say, P.S. be unstoppable. And after I started helping lots of different people, they would get the email and they would fire me back after a period of time, and they would say, the stuff that you just provided me worked. Well, and it started changing their life, and they said, you're unstoppable.
Well, what kind of stuff do you provide to people?
Well, you know, I've developed a philosophy, and it's surrounding the 3 Ps, which is people, processes, and promotion.
Okay.
So they're all tools to help people create the business that supports the life of their dreams. And that's what it's all about. So I give them a foundation to create that business so they can really live life on their own terms.
You know, it's interesting, unstoppable foundation. I relate these terms into the world of athletics so often. Yeah. I love the term unstoppable, though. I've talked to so many people, never heard anybody reference the term unstoppable. Is it a mindset as well as a program that you develop?
I believe both of those are accurate, yes. But, you know, I think it really starts with a mindset because, you know, Zig and many others have said it in the past, what the mind can conceive, it can achieve.
Right.
And that's really where it starts. And that's one of the things that I do is I help people with that mindset so that, you know, they don't have these limiting beliefs. There aren't things in their way. I teach them how to begin to set goals that will create that business that supports the life of their dreams.
What do you find as probably the single greatest challenge when you start to address people, you bring them into the program and you start to work with them?
Conformity.
Really?
Conformity. They want to be like everybody else out there that's doing something. They want to fall into the ocean of sameness. And that's not where it's at.
I love that, the ocean of sameness. You have all these great words. I mean, it really, the ocean of sameness. I've never heard that before. But you're right. So many people, you're like cookie cutters.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, here's another one, here's another one, here's another. You try and take them out of that.
Right. And when people go to try to find them for whatever they're looking for, if they look like everybody else, that's all they're going to see. We want them to be completely unique, completely different than any other business out there. You know, one of the other things I teach is, you know, if you want to be like every other business, do what every other business does, or completely separate yourself and do the exact opposite.
How do you, now that's, when you talk to businesses, that can be a little bit of a reach, saying to separate yourself or do the complete opposite. If something looks like it's successful for someone else, how hard is it to get people to say, well, I'm not going to follow that footprint. I'm going to go out here on my own and create one of my own?
Well, the first thing is that limiting belief. So we help them with that. But there's also something called social proof. And that's another area that we teach on as well. We help them understand how powerful social proof is, and then we help partner them with other people who are trying to accomplish the same goals.
Define social proof for me.
You know, it's not what I say that I've already done for other people, it's what other people say that we've already done for them. It's real life results, because ultimately at the end of the day, that's what it's about, results. Just like on the football field, at the end of the game, your score, you want your score to be higher than theirs.
Right. Well, we have a scoreboard, and we work in a 3-hour time frame.
Right.
From your perspective, it's a little bit different. Is there a time frame that you start to see results from people, or you hope to be able to see results from them?
Well, that's one of the things that I love to share with people that we bring to the table. Like I said, I've been an entrepreneur for almost 30 years, and I want to provide them the tools and all the knowledge that I've gained, good and sometimes not so good, to cut at least 2/3 off that time frame for them. So what it's taken me 30 years to build, I want to give all of it to them so that they can cut that time frame substantially.
What experiences have you gone through that would qualify you to be able to share with people both the highs and the lows of pitfalls. Let's take the trials and tribulations, some of the struggles. What kind of struggles have you gone through to get this knowledge that you have?
Boy, we could sit here all day. Well, about that. You're right. So
I think we all can. Yeah.
Of course, but number one's the people, without question. I mean, there was a time in my business's evolution where I had people that stood up on a Monday morning. I'll never forget it. I was in my office, getting my week going and everything, and these two gals right outside my office, they stood up, and I caught them out of the corner of my eye, heard their voices raise, and they had fists like this. And they were walking towards each other. And I quickly got up and went out there and got in between them. But right then and there, I knew that I had to create a systematic process to bring great people, excellent people onto our bus. And so I took it upon myself to become an avid student of creating excellent companies with fantastic people, because that's where it all starts. It's like, team members on a football team. You got to have the best of the best protecting you, right?
Absolutely. But I have to take you back to this though. Sure. So now these two ladies get up and they're about to go at it.
Right.
Okay. It's not Ali Frazier, but it's fixing to look a little bit like that.
Yeah.
How do you diffuse that moment?
Well, what you have to do is one of the things that I believe in life is that everybody's playing their favorite radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? So you have to understand that mentality, right? So, I got out of my seat and got into their seat. What are they going through that has caused them to come to that moment? Right. And it's understanding that psychology. And so that's one of the things that came out of our system, that one of the 3 Ps that I mentioned. People, processes, and promotion. That's one of the 3 Ps. Understanding people, get to the bottom, get to the nuts and bolts that we need to know to make sure they're a good fit.
One of the things you talk about is we allow things to distract us. Mm-hmm. I guess sometimes we call it lack of focus.
We do, yeah.
Procrastination, I think, distracts a lot of people. I'll just wait and wait and wait. How do you deal with the distractions, or how do you ask people or show people how to deal with distractions?
Well, in my study, I found that in today's world, could be as many as 20 to 25,000 messages coming to us throughout the day, whether it be internet, phone, or whatever we're paying attention to. Right. And that can be extremely distracting. So you have to create your own environment. But I think it all starts with goals. In fact, I know it all starts with goals. You have to be a goal setter. And so I've taken it upon myself to also create a system for setting goals. And one of the things that I currently do that has really started working well, every morning, not only do I read my goals, I've started repeating them. So as I go through my goals, I've got 6 different sets of goals, and I'm laser focused on those goals. So I know where I'm going. It's like an airplane that's leaving one coast and going to the other. Those pilots don't get it there without a map. You've got to have a blueprint. You've got to have a roadmap. Game plan to get you there. Absolutely.
Now, do you have short-term goals and long-term goals?
I do. I like to think in terms of 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and beyond that, because ultimately what we're bringing to people and to businesses is a lifetime of achievement.
What kind of follow-up programs do you have for people that would get involved with your program?
Well, we've got multiple levels in our programs, but we have a group coaching program that helps people get acclimated to our teachings. We've got a membership website that people can log into 24/7, 365. Inside there, it's got all of my teaching, all of our webinar teaching, all of our interview teachings. It's got all of the tools that I've created in almost the last 30 years, and it's right there at their fingertips, 24/7, 365. The majority of our documents are in Microsoft Word and Publisher. It's truly plug and play. And then as they learn to use these tools to develop their business, we guide them. We've got a rock solid system with built-in accountability to guide them through creating their businesses.
What is the website?
It's unstoppableprofitproducer.com.
I love it. I just think, how did you come up with unstoppable? I mean, where did the word come from? It grabs me. It really, really grabs me. You sit down and you think of, well, how can I help you accomplish this? Accomplish is a nice word. How can I help you get to that place in life? Well, that's a nice, but when you talk about unstoppable, you just get this feeling of invincibility that, you know what, I can do anything. It doesn't matter, I can do anything. How did you come up with Unstoppable?
Well, I think it all started, I mean, the greatest mentors that I've ever had were my parents. And they taught me that, you know, Mike, there's one person out there that nobody can cause to be different, that you have complete control over, and you have to be the best that you can be. My dad taught me years ago, Mike, you just be the best that you can be. And if you continue to improve it, continue to work on it, if we want to have more, we have to become more, right?
Right.
So he just caused me to have that mindset, and I'm so grateful for that. So I get up every day and I want to continue to be relentless and unstoppable, if you will. And I'm looking to teach and inspire as many people as I can to be in that same mindset. It's like, you know, when you're against the linebackers that are looking right at you,
oh yeah,
you're trying to figure out, I'm unstoppable. How am I going to be more unstoppable than they are, right?
Sounds like a great title for a book, Unstoppable.
Exactly.
I really.
Well,
no,
it's the title of my latest book.
It will be.
Unstoppable Profit Producer. Really simple.
Gee, that's catchy.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. You talked about the two ladies who were potentially in a conflict situation. Tell me one quick story about a positive thing that you noticed, an influence that you might have had on someone.
Well, one of the gals is still on our team, and one of them isn't.
Wow.
So we were able to help change her life. We were able to help shift her thinking. Why she might have been thinking that at a certain point, that she is very passionate about what she's doing. And that's the greatest reason I do what I do. I love to teach and inspire people who want to be taught and inspired. And when they take, you know, whatever we share with them and implement it, and that's the key, taking action. We can think about it all we want, we can talk about it all we want, we can read about it all we want, but it's the action that makes all the difference. So when people take action with whatever we're sharing with them, and then they come back to us, you know, after a period of time and say, it works. I mean, I get emails all the time from people to say, Mike, it works.
Doesn't it make you feel good?
Oh man, that's a huge one.
You're really talking about creating a game plan. I have never seen a bad game plan. I just seen lousy execution.
Exactly.
I mean, that's basically what it boils down to, is
Yeah.
how do we execute the plan we want? Tell us one more of the website where people can find you.
The website is unstoppableprofitproducer.com, or if it's easier, they can always call us, 800-770-9984.
Mike, thank you.